Hi, it's Lenneke from Len's Crafty Life, and this is a VR for Jessica from I'm a Cool Mum. Now, I'm actually a new subby to her, but I saw the entry that, let me say her name right. I think it's Evie. I keep saying Evie, but it's Evie Fully Do. Or the other way around, Evie Fully Do, and I keep saying Evie. I think it's Evie, sorry about that. Okay, so I saw the entry that Evie made, Evie Fully Do, and I really liked the challenge that she did, or what she made. And because there is 7 items that you need to make like a double page layout for in a journal. Doesn't matter if it's for you or for somebody else. Now, I haven't really made many journals yet. I only made one. That was for the Desert Island Challenge for Nick the Booksmith, which was a great challenge as well. So I'm just getting into paper crafts. Apart from cards that I've made, I'm trying to do some journaling. And you don't have to send this in. It runs till the end of April, till the 30th of April, so you can still enter, of course. So I'll pop a link to Jessica's challenge video from I'm a Cool Mum below this video. And what we have to do is, on a double page layout, which is what I did, you have to put in a pocket, a tag, some recycled mail, a page or a piece of a book page, ink or watercolor, a flower and trim or lace, and it can be an envelope journal. So I made an envelope journal, a small one, but I do really like it. I've been busy with it for hours. I did film the whole process, so I will try to upload that as well, maybe in separate videos, because it took me a long time, but I had a good time making this. And let me just, so if you want to see that, it may be at the end of this video, but it may be in part 1, 2, 3, whatever, so that I will be able to upload it. So this is my entry. So first of all, you had to use like recycled mail. As you can see, this is an envelope that was sent to me. I'm not sure, I got it recently. If you recognize this, please let me know. Thank you very much for this envelope. But I distressed this with walnut, the walnut stain from Tim Holtz, because I first tried it with Vintage Photo, but the Vintage Photo is kind of like the same color as the envelope, so it didn't take it. It was too light. So I used the walnut stain on this. This is a beautiful flower that I got this die cut from Jean Jones. This is a stamp that I bought recently in my birthday haul, craft haul, charity shop craft haul video, which is this stamp. So you may have seen that. First time I used it, so I'm really happy with that. You'll see this stamp all over the journal, because I decided to use only one stamp on it, just to keep it all coordinating. I made this tiny little envelope. Now in the video I do show you everything that I use as well. And this tiny little envelope I did not show you in the videos. I use this punch. It's an envelope punch. Oh, you can't see the back. And it makes these tiny little envelopes. And they are so cute. Look at that. So I stamped on the paper first before I put it together. Then made a little envelope. So I made sure there was like a little tuck spot here. This is the back of the journal, by the way. I'll get onto the front. I made these tiny little tags, which I think turned out so cute. This is actually a price tag, and you can see it in the video. And so it had a price on it, and I decided to keep these and alter them. So there's some book page on it. I happen to have these little snippets of lace, and it's like flower leaves with 2 little stems. And throughout the journal you can see that I use this stamp, which I recently got at a craft fair, and it has these loads of little flowers, which is great. So you punch them all out in one go, and these are 2 of the little flowers done on the same book page paper, and just with a pencil I put a dot on it and some twine there. So that goes in there. So this is the back basically. Now I had some, okay, so I had some twine. My camera stopped recording, so I had to empty out the memory. So just took the twine off, and this is then the front of the journal. And I made this big flower. You may have seen it before. It's a beautiful paper punch that I got at the craft fair with this massive flower, and I got it like 2 months ago or 1 month ago at a craft fair. And I basically got these three, so little envelope punch with which I made the tiny little envelopes that I just showed you. These tiny flowers and these large flowers, these three were on offer for, it was like 3 punches that you could pick out from a whole box full of punches, and it was 3 for only 12 euros. So 12 euros is about 11 UK pounds, maybe about $13 US dollars. So it's ridiculously cheap. So these were obviously the leftovers that he wanted to get rid of, but I'm very happy with them because I keep using them. So this one is made, it's 2 layers out of book page paper, and I put this beautiful little tulle. It's like a very soft pink. It has these tiny little flowers in it on top, and a pearl. I also, the way I attached the envelopes, it's only 2 envelopes, so it's the large brown one and then a white one, which is also recycled. It doesn't have my name on it, but it is recycled. I glued them together basically here on the flaps. Now, so just 1 strip here, so you can see that the white one is a little bit smaller, or quite a bit smaller than the brown one, which I like that idea, because then the white one is kind of framed all the way around. So the white flap I kept like that. The brown one I folded over in half, so there is basically a little tuck spot here as well where you can put something, just here. And this is some of the lace that we had to use, or we had to use a lace. Now this is lace as well, basically. And then behind the flower there is actually a secret little pocket or tuck spot, and this is like a little label made with this punch. It's kind of like the first time I use all these punches almost, because I'm more into fabric, making things with fabric usually, but I really like using all these. Now this is the front of a very old Dutch matchbox, matchstick box. Here you can say it says lucifers, which means matchsticks. And I just, it's very old, and somebody had collected these. I picked them up in a charity shop, and it was just the front of the boxes, and they're very old because they are on wood. Not sure if you can see that here, but they are on wood, so they were real wooden matchstick boxes. Of course now they're not from wood anymore, just from cardboard. So that is my first little tag. So that goes in here in the tuck spot. You can see it like there is a tuck spot. You can journal on the back. Here you can see this, the same flower stamp that I used, like this flower stamp. And it's all over like here as well. Again, here you can see like from the book page paper, I with this die cut, I made these tiny little flowers, just stuck them on here for decoration. And this is a old, probably from the 70s. It's like a sugar bag that you would get in a restaurant here in the Netherlands. If you had your coffee, you would get sugar with it. And this is basically, oh, I shouldn't lose this. This just fell off the back. This is, usually you would have the name of the place where you were on the front with an image, and they're like, it was in the same bag with the fronts of the matchstick boxes. So somebody collected them. I didn't, but they come in handy now. And again, this tag that I made with the punch that I just showed you, it fits perfectly in this little sugar bag. So, and the funny thing is, I only just noticed that I did this one with the walnut stain, and the paper that I used for the bag had like, it was linen structured, So I only just noticed it picked up like these little lines, the linen structure of the paper, which I really like. So then there's some book page paper on there with some French. And this is a little image from the book that I used the pictures of. Now I do show that book. Well, let me just grab it. Do you have 1 second? 1 second. I'll be very quick. I'll just grab it. Because it's such a cute book. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. This is the book. It's a Dutch book. It says winter, which is winter in Dutch as well. And it has these beautiful little images and these rhymes. So I used some images from this book. Now this is the one where I took out the flowers out of that page. So that's the flowers that you see on here. Now again, a little snippet with 2 little flowers that I punched out. So that's a little tag that goes in the sugar bag. And this is a larger tag, so you can just journal on it or put a photo even on it. And this is also from this same book. And I think it's a very cute little image with this little girl feeding all these birds. So again, some old book paper and some, again, that pretty tulle and some wool that I put there. So that's on here. Now these 7 items, oh, and here's some of the lace or the crochet trim that I used. Now the 7 items that I just showed you, so the pocket had to be on 1 double page layout. So let me just go through that. A pocket, well, the envelope is a pocket, this is a pocket, this tiny little envelope, let me just get in focus, is a pocket as well. So there's at least 3 pockets on here. A tag, there's a little tag in here, there's a tag in there, there's a tag here, a large tag, and there's a smaller tag here. 4 tags, recycled mail, the envelope, and this envelope is recycled from the mail that I received. A page or a piece of a book page. Now the flower is made out of a book page. Again on the tag and on this tag I used book pages on this tag as well. And this image is from a book, and here is, oh, you can hardly see it. I thought there was some book page paper. Or maybe I didn't use the book page paper on that tag. So got that. Ink is of course the stamping, and I inked all around the edges. The flower, well, there's at least 1 flower here. There's the tiny little flowers on this tag as well. The trim or lace, I've got here some lace on this tag. Is also lace and some trims. This is a piece of trim, and it can be an envelope journal. Well, that's definitely what it is. So everything is on these 2 pages. These are some little flowers as well that I just had left over from the punch. So let's start with the left page. This again is a sugar bag. Now I went for the ones with the green here as well, because the images that I used had some green on it as well. So I just wanted to stay in that color scheme. I did use a little bit of the soft pink, but it's mainly, and here's some soft pink of course, but it's mainly the green, and there's some green in this image as well, which you'll see later. So this again is a different tag, and this is with a little shoe. Now this book is about winter. We celebrate Saint Sinterklaas, which is supposed to be Saint Nicholas, but it's not Santa Claus. So we put, it's celebrated on the 5th of December, and we put like a shoe with some carrots in there and some water next to it for Saint Nicholas's horse, because he rides over the roofs with his horse and his helpers. We call them Zwarte Piet, Black Piets. They are Moors, so they are dark skinned, and they help Saint Nicholas with distributing all the presents, and they put them through the chimney. So it's supposed to be the same person as Santa Claus, but it's not. The story is very different. So that's the little shoe. So I got that out of there as well. Just wanted a little image to go on this tag. So again, some book paper, the little flowers that I made with the snippets. You can journal on that. I'll try to go through it a bit quicker. I'll put that in later. This again is the little envelope, or a little envelope that I made with again a tiny little tag, which was a price tag from some clothes that I got in a charity shop to cut up. Basically they were lace tops, and again these little flowers you can see on there, and I put like with some pencil a little dot in the middle. So that goes in the tiny little envelope, which I have stamped as well. Then in the large pocket there is a large tag. Again, this is a front of the of a matchstick box, and put some very soft lace, and this is a trim on there. You can journal on there. And this is then the second big tag. It's just blank at the back, but you can journal all in on it or put a picture. And this is the other image from the winter book. So the little girl is sitting with her doll. I think it's a doll, it's not her little sister. Well, I think it's a doll in front of the fireplace. So there's some book pages there, and I inked the edges of the large tag that I made and the image. Oh, and this is like a little green feather. It's a very soft green, and I just found that in my little snippet box, which was perfect because it has the green color in it. And this is just some kind of like a eyelash trim wool that I used here and here at the bottom as well. So that's basically it. I hope you all like it. Now keep watching if you want to see at least the first part. I think I'll be able to put at the end of this video, kind of like the tutorial, the whole process, how I made it. If I don't manage to do that, then it's not on the end of this video. And if I don't manage to upload those at all, because they're quite long, like I filmed the whole process of making this, so quite a bit of time went in there, so I don't know how to speed those up. So they're either going to be long videos or a lot of parts to the tutorial video. So just for fun, I thought I'll try just to incorporate that. So thanks for watching, excuse me. And just go over, you can still enter this competition, of course, since you don't have to send anything in. And you can still make, so actually basically what you only have to do is like 2 pages. But since I had envelopes and I was just having a good time, I thought I would just finish the whole process of this little envelope journal. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.